Hey, good morning, and welcome to your Friday. I'm Denise Middleton. It's time for Volunteer Vibes. Hope you guys have been having a great week so far. And you know what? A lot of a lot of kids have been heading back to school. And so there are still a lot of back to school events that are happening, and they need your help to help make them a success. So that brings me to my first guest this morning. We have Dr. Monique Williams with Bread of Life. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited because you guys are having a back to school distribution and you have 350 volunteers. That is incredible.
Do we do? I think people love the theme of being able to support a very specific cause, right?
Mhm.
Getting our kids ready to go back to school, especially in light of the fact that school is now a challenging space. And so I
Yeah.
think everyone's throwing their energy into this kind of effort.
Yeah, and even though, you guys are full, I still want to hear about the event because there are other ways that people can help out. So tell us a little bit about this is your first time hosting this and you're teaming up with Starbucks, right?
Yes, this is our first time hosting this event. Starbucks does an all-in back-to-school event throughout the country, I believe, and so they chose St. John slash Bread of Life to do this with this weekend. So we're super excited. It will be kind of in two parts. The first part is a distribution, as we're known for, right? So we're going to have our alleyway full of backpacks and relief items like hygiene and cleaning products for the
Mhm.
household. And then also the food bank will join us and we will have food items. So we have that going on. At the same time, indoors, we're going to have COVID vaccines. We're going to have books for kids, a meditative space where our own Pastor Juanita will just lead people into conversation about what it means to take care of yourself and relieve stress as they start the new year. We're going to have coloring and selfies and all kinds of stuff for the kids.
That is so wonderful. And so since you do have enough volunteers, how else can people help? Can they donate anything if they want to help out in some way?
I would say continue to donate the same type of items because school is starting and it will continue to be a process through the next couple of weeks, right? So, our goal, of course, is to get rid of all of these things tomorrow, which means we need more things to give to our families and our community, those who may approach us after this event and may have missed it. So, if you still want to donate things like backpacks and school supplies for this type of initiative, we will receive those and ensure that we get them out through our community health work efforts and through our warehouse distribution efforts.
And what time is this happening tomorrow in case people or families know someone who may be in need and maybe perhaps they want to come out and get
Yes,
the backpacks? Yeah.
starts at 8 to 12.
Okay.
And so it is while supplies last. People do get in line early for this. So we ask you to come on over ASAP, get in that line first to get the
Mhm.
distribution items and then park and come on across the street and enjoy a couple of minutes inside where we have a couple of items for you.
That is so wonderful. I know you guys have been supporting underserved communities for years. You just provide so many resources and services for folks. And so there's an ongoing need for other things. Talk about the families you serve and the impact that these type of distributions can have in your lives.
Absolutely. So when we do our customary distributions, we can serve up to 3,000 families in a month. We've got cars that are lined up as early as 2 a.m., and a lot of those cars have 4 to 6 families represented. So it's not just the vehicles. You might see 400 vehicles, 500 vehicles, multiply that by 4, 5, or 6, and that's our impact. And it hasn't stopped. We have this growing contingency of the working poor, right? Those who are working and are making ends meet just so. And so our distributions help just anybody who says, I need help today. I need help tomorrow. I need help for a long time, or for a short amount of time. So it's for anybody and everybody, and we're completely here and available. We have other volunteer opportunities throughout the week. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we're always open in our warehouse space, 1110 Page Street, where we actually have you packing our relief boxes themselves. we can give out upward to 3,000, 4,000 boxes a month in our own initiatives, as well as through our community health workers and their initiatives, our partners. So we need those boxes created all the time. It's a slower pace environment. Children are welcome, families are welcome. So please come. There's never a moment we do not need support.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you about that with the kids. Is there an age requirement at all for that?
So we would like that children are just able to help and support, right? If you're able to follow directions, stay near the parent and support. I would say safely about 10 and older. But if you have a younger, we're not going to turn you away, but we'll just reassign you to an area that might be safer for you and your young ones. But that warehouse space where we pack boxes, that's actually a really great space because it's not as fast paced and as exciting as what you see on the screen where we do our distributions. Generally needing adults and teenagers in those spaces to move those boxes, to pack, and to engage with those in the vehicles.
And I see we do have someone commenting, where do you volunteer? Of course, you can go to volunteer.hou.org. And you mentioned, the donations. If they want to reach out to you, though, can you let them know how they can contact you?
Yes, please email me, moniquew@breadoflifeinc.org.
And what do some of the volunteers need to know? Perhaps maybe this is their first time volunteering with you all. Do they, need to wear a mask? Do they need to wear a certain type of outfit or anything? Well, not outfit, but I don't know if
we're gonna have a whole
shoes. Right, So I love to wear flip-flops. So sometimes that may not be appropriate for a volunteer opportunity.
Correct. So we do have heavy items. We do ask for closed-toed shoes. If you come with flip-flops, we want to keep you safe. So if we have some indoor activity, we will bring you inside. But please, closed-toed shoes, comfortable, because you're kind of walking up and down that alley space, or you could be helping us with traffic control. Dress for the weather, whatever that weather is. We're hopefully going into cooler weather soon. And then we do ask for masks inside right now. Just inside, as we do have an uptick and we do have vulnerable population amongst us. So when we're outside doing the work in the alley, the mask can be off and you can breathe comfortably.
Gotcha. And are there specific shifts that people may need to be aware of?
Yes. So we tend to have like 2 shifts. We have like an early morning shift. So let's say, for instance, we were doing the third Saturday distribution. You would have like an early morning, like a 6 to 10, and then you'd have like an 11 to 1 type shift. And this is kind of loose because people will come and say, well, I can only stay a certain amount of time. You might sign up for a shift, but if that means you can do half an hour, 1 hour, the full time, we're open to all of that. It's completely flexible.
Yeah, every little bit of time helps. So
everything helps.
It looks like you guys are covered this weekend. That's for sure.
We're covered this weekend, but don't forget about us during the week or for our regular distributions, because we are always in need, and we're so grateful for anyone who pays attention and wants to contribute.
That is so wonderful that you all are going to be able to help so many families, because the kids, they need a lot. They really do.
Yes, they need so much. And we're particularly really excited about that meditative space we're going to have. We're going to have a space where they can just sit and breathe. We're going to have little trinkets for stress management. And we're going to just talk about and process what it will feel like to be in a challenging space this new school year, and what they can do to care for themselves.
That is wonderful. We could all use that.
Yes, we can. I'll be here hustling. I want to get some tips too.
Right. Well, Dr. Monique, I appreciate you for coming on. I hope you guys have a great turnout and are able to continue to help so many more families.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. We'll see you next time. And of course, there's always things going on every weekend, but we do want to talk about some ongoing needs. And so I want to bring in Mr. Stephen Evans. He's with FotoFest. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me on. Yeah, of course. You guys have an event in September, but you need to get the volunteers going now. But first, tell me a little bit about FotoFest and some others who are watching who may not be familiar with the organization.
FotoFest is one of the biggest photography festivals in the world. It started in Houston in 1983, and we've been doing these huge shows called the FotoFest Biennial every other year since 1986. And it's really well known throughout the world as well as in Houston. And so we kind of take over the city every other year and have galleries and other spaces show photography. And we do big shows that are situated in Arts District Houston at Sawyer Yards. And it's a lot of fun, and we get people excited about art. We also have an education program where we serve a lot of Title I schools, and we teach the kids how to learn reading comprehension and expression and social emotional learning through photography. So that's another exciting part of what we do.
That's awesome. And so what does it take to pull that together and make sure it's a success every time?
Well, we're working all the time. And right now it's an exciting time and a really busy time because we're getting ready for the Biennial, which opens on September 24th. But we even have some events starting with September 9th going through the month because we raise a lot of money and we put that money back into the community. We bring a lot of people in from all over the world, and we welcome the public. Even though we opened last year just about 10 days before the COVID lockdown, we had 3,000 people at our opening at Silver Street Studios for our show,
Oh,
African Cosmologies. So
wow. Pretty
it's a lot of
impressive.
fun. I think we have a slide of that opening, actually, one of the images that you can show later.
Okay, yeah. And so tell us though, how can people help out when they sign up to volunteer? What are some things that they can do?
Well, the most important job that we have are gallery hosts. So these are the backbone of FotoFest, and they welcome people to the gallery space. They might field questions, and we of course train them, and we have a book available. Mostly the questions are directional. Where are the other shows, bathrooms, things like that. But we're looking for people that are happy to live with art for a few hours, and we usually do that 2 shifts a day. And those gallery host positions, we have some in early September, beginning on September 9th, and then beginning September 25th, we open a whole bunch of buildings in Arts District Houston, and we need we're going to need about 16 volunteers a day, every day for the 6 weeks of the festival.
Wow.
So it's a lot.
And well, what is that experience like for people who may have never volunteered for something like this?
Well, they get to be with the art for an extended period of time and learn about it, and also meet the various kinds of people that come in. These are Houstonians, but also people we bring in from we have people coming from every continent except for Antarctica and Australia this year.
Wow.
So people are coming from all over the world to see what we're doing and participate. They'll get to meet artists, curators, they'll get to meet art lovers that come in, and they'll get to spend time with the artwork, and help enrich people's lives through artwork. This
What a
year,
cool experience. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no. This year, the main show is about how artists are affected by and affect social movements. So things that happen
Mm,
within society. So it's a very, very pertinent subject for the times we're going through.
I love that. And I know there's orientation though for the volunteers, right? Well, tell us about that. We have a few dates that I want to put up here.
Yes, we have volunteer orientations where the whole staff is on deck, and we talk about the different opportunities. And you'll also get a preview of the programs that we're going to be presenting at the Biennial. So the first one is coming up this Sunday, August 14th, from 1 to 3 p.m. at Silver Street Studios, which is 2000 Edwards Street in Arts District, Houston, at Sawyer Yards. And then we have 2 more next week on Thursday, August 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. And then finally at the end of the month on Wednesday, the 31st, we have another orientation from 6 to 8 p.m. Those are really fun. You get to learn more about the various positions that are open. It's not just gallery hosts we're looking for. We're also looking for people to help out at our auction preview exhibition, our auction night. We have a position where we call them Vannas, and they get to hold up the artwork that we're going to be auctioning off. So they walk around with it. It's really fun.
Really fun to
Um,
do that.
We also have a portfolio review where hundreds of photographers come in and present their work to curators we bring in from all over the world. And we need a lot of help with that because it's moving a lot of people around. So that happens at our host hotel, the Whitehall, Houston. So there's a big variety. We even need a little bit of help putting up artwork. And if people have experience in that, we're helping to let them be part of the volunteer corps for that as well.
That's great. Well, this sounds really fun. How many volunteers do you need, and what's the age requirement?
I think the age requirement would be, even late teens through as old as you can move around. We have a lot of range. We do have a lot of volunteers that have been helping us out for years, and they can help us train the new volunteers. But it's really open in terms of age and any other qualifications. We're looking for anybody who's interested to be around art and to help out.
Yeah, because this is a 6-week long event, so you're going to need a lot of volunteers.
Oh yeah, we usually use between 100 and 200 volunteers, but we've added it up, and it's as many as 3,000 volunteer hours that we
Oh,
use
wow.
during any festival. So it's a lot, and we love them, and we do a big party at the end for all the volunteers. We give prizes to the ones who work the most shifts. So it's a fun time.
Yeah, and there are the dates. It's from September 24th through November 6th there. And this is free. This is free for folks, right?
Oh
Who want
yeah.
to come
Oh
out and
yeah.
just enjoy it.
It's free. We also want people to come and see it. And it's free. All of our programs around the Biennial, with the exception of a couple of films, are absolutely free to the public. No charge to come in and see the exhibitions or to attend one of the tours that tells you more about it. So it's we really believe in opening it up to everybody in Houston.
What do you enjoy most about it, and why would you encourage someone to come out and volunteer?
Oh, that's like naming your favorite child. That's a very difficult question. But I just love it when all the activity is happening and you see artists being fulfilled by showing their work, and you see the public getting something out of seeing it. You see, we show a really wide range of artists and perspectives, and you get to see all different kinds of people from Houston seeing themselves reflected in the work, and
Mhm.
that's really gratifying.
Wow. Well, this really sounds like a fun, unique volunteer opportunity. So I hope you guys get plenty of help. Stephen, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us. I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
All right. Well, I want to go ahead and bring in Aaron with Volunteer Houston because, as always, there's so much to cover. Aaron, what's going on this weekend and the next? I'm sure you got
Right.
something for both.
So I do want to start out with something that's going to be happening August 20th.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, the Office of Councilmember Tiffany D. Thomas is hosting their second annual District F Career Fair. And that is going to be at the A-Leaf ISD Center for Advanced Careers, and that's in Houston. And they're looking for volunteers on Friday and that Saturday, and the shifts are anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. They're going to need folks from 2:30 to 5:30 on that Friday, and then Saturday they're going to need folks in the morning and into the afternoon until 2 p.m. So I would say definitely if you are down to volunteer for this event and help people find career opportunities, this is a really good chance to do it. And you could find those in the City of Houston Volunteer Initiatives Program Office agency account in the Volunteer Houston portal. There's another more flexible volunteer opportunity that you can kind of schedule yourself that's going to benefit the Cornerstone Family Resource Center. You could host a school or workplace food drive. So Cornerstone Family Resource Center, they are supporting seniors, disabled veterans, and struggling families with supplemental food, and they're delivering that directly to their homes. And they've made hosting one of these workplace or school food drives really easy. They'll provide you with the flyers, the bins, and other materials to distribute, and they will also pick those up from you once you've completed that drive. So you can find that in the Volunteer Houston portal. And then something that is happening pretty frequently, Wesley Community Center, they've got a food pantry that's drive-through. So if you're worried about some COVID safety restrictions, this might be a good chance for you to do this. So they need volunteers for their drive-up food pantry to help our Houston neighbors who are in desperate need of food. So some of the things you could be doing, you could be organizing, sorting, and stocking the food items. You could load and unload freezers. You could fill grocery bags with food to take to client cars, or you can just help keep the pantry clean. So those are some, different time opportunities. Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays is 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Tuesdays, they have 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. And Wednesdays and Thursdays, they've got 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. So there's some good flexibility in there. It's ongoing. They have opportunities throughout the week. So if you're going to have a day off soon, I would say definitely check it out and see when you can volunteer.
All right, Erin, thank you so much. And we do have a comment from at least one viewer on here. Before we go, they were asking Stephen about an address or phone number for orientation.
Well, the address is 2000 Edward Street, but you can also find information on our website, www.fotofest.org. And then we're going to have all the volunteer positions that are open listed on signup.com. Just search FotoFest, and that those positions go up next week.
All right, awesome. And Monique, before we leave, if you want to give out your information too, one more time in case they missed it.
Yes. So our website is www.breadoflifeinc.org. If you want to do any volunteering in the future or donate, you can email me at moniquew@breadoflifeinc.org. And I think that is it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. And of course, we're here every Friday at 11 a.m. in case you want to get more details for other events that are happening this month and the following. You can always go to volunteerhou.org also. So you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.